Good morning, everybody. I'll tell you another little story about part of my life now. When I was 15, it was on the 5th of November, Bonfire Night, 1964. I was playing out, as a 15-year-old does, Bonfire Night. We were all in the close by where I lived and sitting at the bonfire, roasting potatoes and everything and that on. And my mother come round and said I had to go in. And as you do as a 15-year-old, hey, ma'am, I'll be in a minute. I just want to play a bit more. Just a bit more, please, please, ma'am. All my mates are still out. She said, half an hour more. So half an hour more it was. That brought it to 9 o'clock. I had to go in then. And when I went in, as a 15-year-old, I'm moaning my head off to me mum, as you do. And she said to me, the way you speak to me, your father will friggin' haunt you. Remember, my dad died when I was 11 weeks old. So that meant nothing to me. It went right over my head. I thought, oh, yeah, whatever. And them days in 1964, you didn't have bulbs all over the house to light the house up like now. Like now, it's like Blackpool lights now everywhere, isn't it? But we didn't back in them days. We had one bulb at the top of the stairs that lit 3 bedrooms and the stairs. So she said to me, go and get the hot water bottle upstairs out of my bed, out of our bed it was like. She said, out my bed. In the front room, she meant. That was the room my dad died in. And I goes up and I pulled the bedclothes back, gets the hot water bottle, which was a rubber square one. Then we also had a round one. Oh, remember them round ones? Ooh, and your bed, you couldn't afford a new bed them days, could you? So when you got in the bed, it had a dip in the middle, didn't it? And them round stone hot water bottles you'd had years ago used to roll down and burn your arse, didn't they? Well, ours did. Ours did anyway. And get back on with the story, Catherine. So I get the hot water bottle out the bed. I goes to pull the blankets back over, and they went over on their own. And I stopped. Split second, and I thought, did I imagine that? In my head, I wasn't saying it out loud. Did I just imagine them blankets coming back on their own? When I looked in the bed, here was my dad. My dad died when I was 11 weeks old. I was 15 by this time. Here's my dad lying in the bed, just looking up. And I knew it was him by a photograph. Well, I shit myself, as any 15-year-old would. Shit myself. So I grabbed it. Well, I had hold of the hot water bottle, run out the room, flung the hot water bottle down the stairs, run in the back room where my dad's photo was, and I went, well, please, Dad, I won't give cheek to me mum no more. Please don't haunt me, please, Dad. I'm sorry, I won't give cheek to it. Anyway, that was that. Never told me mum. My mum came up, and when she seen me, she said to me, what's the matter with you? You look like boiled shite. Well, I didn't want to tell her I'd seen my dad, because she did, that'd give her the gateway, wouldn't it? I told you, don't you, for the cheek you give me. So I never told her. So that was the 5th of November, remember, 1964. My sister, age 32, was pregnant at the time. The week before, my sister had an accident when she was 13. She was standing by the stairs, bottom of the stairs, and the dog run down the stairs, run through her legs, knocked her back, and cracked her spine. She couldn't walk from when she was 13 till she was 21. So she had an accident. She walked with a very bad limp. And she was pregnant. She was 32 at the time. I was 15. So I had to go and clean her house for her and that. And I'm in a bungalow cleaning it. And she had one of them big old-fashioned, you know, where you put all your dishes and glasses and everything, one of them, a display case thing. Now, someone gave her an ornament of Jesus in it. And I'm on my hands and knees washing the floor for her. And I looked at this thing, and I looked at my sister, and I went, oh, I don't like that thing there. She said, what frigging thing? I said, that, with God in, with Jesus in. She said, what's the matter with it? I said, he's shaped in a coffin. It's like a coffin. She said, don't be stupid, it isn't. That was that. So that that was like, that must have been about the 20th, say, of November. I'd seen my dad weeks before on the 5th, about the 20th, so that was that. Her husband, Joey, for 3 nights on the run, he kept hearing bang, 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 and he'd go to the front door, open it, nobody there. Next night, round 9 o'clock, bang, bang, bang on the door, go to the door, open it, nobody there. So he thought the next night, and there's not a funny ending to this, so don't be thinking waiting for the punchline. Bang, bang, bang on the door. He pulled the door open dead quick. There wasn't a soul around, not a soul around. And he went to the gate and looked up and down the road, not a soul around. That was about the 27th of November, right? I goes to work. I was working in Taverner's Sweet Factory in Kensington at the time. And on a Monday night, the 30th of November, a Monday night, 5 o'clock, I took a terrible, terrible pain in my side, bent over, screamed out with pain. They took me to the nurse in Taverner's, and she said to me, go home. So I went, I was made up like getting sent home half an hour early, don't get me wrong. So I goes home, and my mum wasn't in, which was unusual. So I washes my hair, I was only 15 at the time, nearly 16 I was. I washes my long auburn hair, had the towel on my head and that. And my brother's in and that. And I said, where's my mum? And he said, she's at the hospital, gone to see May. May had had the little boy the night before, the 29th. She'd gone to the hospital to see, because them days you couldn't be with them when they had the baby, could you? So she'd gone to see. Anyway, they got the baby, Paul's still alive. Put the baby in her arms and put May's hand over his face. Let her feel him, told her she had a little boy in that. That was on the Monday day. My mum got called back to hospital. So my mum came in from the hospital at 6:30, sobbing. Hang on. Sorry about that. I was just going through the motions of it. Anyhow, my mum comes in. My mum's crying. I didn't know what was wrong. I had the towel on my head, washed my head. And I said, what's the matter? What's the matter, mum? Why are you crying? And she kept saying, me baby's gone. Me baby's gone. I didn't know what she meant. Being a 15-year-old, I went, what do you mean your baby's gone? Where? What baby? She said, May. Threw her arms up, screaming, she's gone, she's gone. She died at 5 o'clock tonight. That was the time I took the pain in my side. So, I'm sorry about the crying, I'll come back in a minute. I've had a little break now, so as I say, she said she died at 5 o'clock. That was the exact time I took the pain in my side, because I looked at the clock thinking, when do I knock off? And it was 5:30 in them days. So that was another thing. I got a feeling when my sister had died in childbirth. She had the baby the day before. She was only 32. May. Lovely woman, lovely. It's funny how when you're telling these things, you relive them in your mind, don't you? Anyhow, the funeral, they brought her down to my mother's house, her coffin. And she had an Alsatian dog. And the dog was at my mum's, naturally, because the coffin was in my mum's window. And the dog kept going up to her coffin and sniffing it and that, and walking round it, going back under my mother's sink on its blankets in its box. And the next morning, the dog was found dead. So Don't know what happened there, but the dog was found dead. And as the neighbours are all coming in and what have you talking, I decided to tell my mum about me seeing my dad on the 5th of November, bonfire night. And my mother said to me, he's come to warn you about something. You should have asked him. Hang on a minute. Yeah, my mother said to me, he's come to warn you. He would come to warn you that what was going to happen. Why didn't you tell me? She said, why didn't you say to him, Dad, what have you come to warn me? Now, come on. I'm a 15-year-old kid. I'm going to stand and say to a ghost. What, at the time, a ghost, we don't think of it as spirits now. At the time, I go, oh, hello, Dad. What have you come to warn me about? That wasn't happening. No way was I going to say that. And I'm saying this to my mum. I'm saying to her, oh, what do you think I am? I couldn't do that. What do you want me to do? Are you, Dad? Nice to see you. I believe you've come to warn me about something because I was a cocky little cow when I was younger. But I've learned from my lessons now. But that was another story, as I say. She said, he'd come to warn you, and I realise now he had done. But I've seen things since, but I still wouldn't say to them, what have you come to warn me about? I would shit myself. I have heard voices in my ears. I'll tell you another story about that, about a girl, 21, who died. Keep tuned, keep subscribing to me and press the bell. Tell your friends and that, because I've got loads of stories like this, I honestly have. And as I say, when I go away anywhere, my mates, when we have, they say, we'll have a night in tonight, we won't go on the ale. We'll have a quiet night in. And then they end up with a bottle of something else, or a vodka and lemonade, what have you. They end up with that, you have a little sip and they go, Skelly, tell us some of your stories, what's happened to you. So this quiet night in turns into a scream, laughing, and the stories is coming out. And another storyteller who was with us, Mary Burroughs, she's 80 odd, she must be about 86 or something, if not more. She's a brilliant storyteller about when she was younger. I could sit all night in her company and listen. As people say to me now, oh, Skelly, I could sit with you all day long and listen to your stories. Anyway, I'd start telling me stories and that. No early night for any of us. It'd be 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning before any of us got to bed. But we'd have a laugh and that. We'd all end up telling stories, but they'd all be like that, listening to mine. Go away. Oh, my God. Oh, I'd be terrified. Oh, and what did you do then? So, as I say, I've got plenty of stories, so don't forget, spread the word. I don't get paid off, I'm monetised now, but I don't sell things on here, so I don't get a lot, and I don't get paid for it. And yes, some people, kind people, names spring to mind, Karen Katona, she's gifted me a super thanks underneath a few times, and a couple of other people. I'd have to go look for the names because there's 11,000 and not 11,000 that's gifted me. I can't think of the names offhand, and I only can remember Karen Katona because I'm thinking, oh, is that Karen Katona's mother or someone? As you do. Anyhow, I don't get paid, but there is a super thanks underneath. If anyone did, I'm not asking you for money, but if anyone wanted to, you could press the super thanks and just give something. But I haven't had nothing off them yet. I haven't cashed nothing out. That don't even know what's in it. I know it's not a lot. Last time I look, I've been on it 18 months. Last time I look, I think it had 60-something pounds, something like that for 18 months. But as I say, if you do want to, you can. If you haven't got it and you don't want, there's a little girl who's homeless and she hasn't even got a place to live. And she said, if I had some money, I would give it to you. Well, listen, love, you don't have to. She said, I bring her joy. She looks forward to my videos every day. So you keep looking forward to them. I'm not asking you for nothing. I'm just saying if people did want to, they could. Underneath the thing, they have super thanks or I don't know what it says, something like that, but they're underneath the videos. So just remember to like, subscribe, share, press the bell to get all my videos in case you miss any. And there is 700 and odd videos what I've put on. So they keep saying to me, keep your videos coming, I'm sure you haven't seen every single one of the 700 videos by now. But if you have, I hope you enjoyed them. I know there's some cooking ones, there's some makeup ones, there's some handy tip ones. I like to do a variety of things. Now I'm having a little go at telling me life stories and that, so I'm hoping you're enjoying them. And if you are, as I say, just spread the word. I don't mind telling them. And if anyone wants to publish a book about me, I'm willing to tell you, because I'm crap at spelling. I can tell stories, but I'm crap at spelling and I wouldn't know how to put a book together. And if you know someone that does, who's willing to write my life story, I'm willing to tell them it, put them on to me. So I'll say bye for now, and I hope you enjoyed this little story. Bye. Love you all. Thank you for all you do and all your lovely comments. Bye for now.